So you sure you don't like want to edit the intro? So when I'm doing like this, like domo arigato, Mr. Robot. Hey.
Topical Tyrades.
Hey everyone, I'm Cornet Chris. Today we're going to be talking about anime in the mainstream, or anime becoming mainstream, or anime swapping with mainstream. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, as we've all noticed, it's kind of a good time to be an anime fan at this point. I mean, multiple streaming platforms, Toonami's back on the air. It's a really good time, and it's actually never been better. But you have to kind of wonder how we got here and where we're going to go from next. You see, in the original timeline, yes, the original timeline, we're crossing universes. No, originally anime was brought over back, I think, in either the 60s or the 70s with black and white anime, horribly dubbed in, like Gigantor, Astro Boy, things like that. It was still a bit of a niche market, like super niche, like barely anyone got into it, or people watched it when they were really young. And then as we move forward into like the 80s and the 90s and 70s, things got better. Mom and pop shops started putting more anime on the shelves that they were dubbed by different licensing companies. Kids would go into there, look, oh, this is a new cartoon type of thing. Yeah, no, I just pissed like 50% of you off by just saying cartoon. Yeah. And sometimes, you would rent the occasional hentai. Look, man, they didn't know. They just saw cute girls on the covers, put them on the shelves, and after that, it all went wrong. But I'm getting off topic, which... Topical Tyrades! But no, okay, so that was a niche market. Kids started off young, and as they grew older, they got more into it. They showed their kids, their friends, or their friends' friends. Now, around this time, torrenting became a popular thing. People wanted more of what they needed, anime. So they would go to different torrent sites, and fan subbers would put them on there for them to get it. Or they put the raws on there for people to sub themselves. Then this was the rise of piracy and things like that. So it became a need for more Western audiences to get it themselves. Thus, animation companies would start licensing them out to places like Cartoon Network, who started Toonami, or 4Kids, who started, 4Kids, the CW, 4Kids, you get what I'm saying here. Foxbox! Does anyone remember Foxbox? Anyway, so people that was where things really got to start. Kids watched those shows, they got more into it, and so when they grew up, they wanted more things. Thus, anime started to get its rise. And as they did, then streaming platforms became a more current thing, because streaming platforms were already there. So what about streaming for this specific thing, anime, where people were demanding that? So things came about like Crunchyroll, Verve, Anime Strike, it's not a thing anymore, Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, the common suspects. I'm so sorry. And so when those became more of $1,000 to $100 million industries, people are now putting so much more money into it. That things you have to wonder that, it's great. I can literally go on to my phone right here. They're like, oh man, what's current nowadays? Dr. Stone, that's going on right now. And it's amazing. Whereas in the past, you would have to literally either go out or wait for VHS imports that your dad got you. Don't tell him I got this, son. But then you have to wonder, where are we going from here? See, the problem with mainstreaming anime is that with the problem with mainstreaming anything. Flooding markets. See, when you flood the markets and you have a bunch of... people stop trying to meet more supplies for that demand. And when they do, they tend to cut corners, which really leads to a problem with animation companies, because there's a thing called crunching. Well, they will press multiple animators into getting stuff out faster, thus leading to more mistakes, thus leading to sloppier animation, thus leading to more garden variety anime that we could get anywhere. I mean, quite frankly, have you seen Edo Manga Sensei? But I digress. That's sort of the issue with mainstreaming anime. Things tend to pollute. It tends to get more polluted as more stuff comes in. But it's not all bad. I mean, come on. Like a full couple of years ago, if you told me, hey kids, if you go on your computer and watch a couple ads, you can watch anime for free. Then again, I'm 25, so a couple of years ago, I'd be 21, so it wouldn't be that amazing. Maybe in 1985. Anyway, so it's not all bad, but it's a sort of a sliding issue. If we make anime more mainstream, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I tend to lean on an always hopeful outlook on life. I mean, we got all this stuff, and isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think our collection's complete? I think I should probably stop before I reference more Disney. But you get what I'm trying to say here, right? Anime in the mainstream can be a good thing, but let's try to keep things focused. Otherwise, well, you get stuff like Neo Yokio. Who let Jaden Smith make an anime? I think that's all for today. We'll talk about this more at a later date, but for now, peace out.